fool me, we can't get fooled again.
In Dallas, Texas, 3 shots were fired at President Kennedy's motorcade in downtown Dallas.
December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy.
You don't know what you're talking about, do you?
Because people have got to know whether or not their president's a crook. Well, I'm not a crook. I've earned everything I've got.
If you don't like what we tell you to believe in, we'll kill you.
All right, kids. Listen. Podcast,
Don't listen to this.
if you're not of age.
What's of age?
Of age is like you can make your own decisions in life without parental guidance. 18,
16?
18. We're not in Atlanta.
Georgia is 16.
We're not in Atlanta. That's what I said. We're not in Atlanta. This is 18 and up. Look,
Atlanta.
we're a bunch of dudes, and we're gonna say some really bad words, and probably some things that might offend you. But
Don't listen to this.
can't wait till you listen.
Yeah, don't.
If
do
you're
it.
18 and up.
Don't do it.
If you're 18 and up.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. This is Eric. Welcome back to the Conspiracy Podcast.
And we're here again. This is Sean.
This is Jorge. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right.
Go.
But this is the death of Marilyn Monroe.
She was way ahead of her time. She would have
incredible.
been like IG rich. Like if she was
my
born
gosh.
in this era.
Yeah.
Oh, dude,
you
IG
imagine?
rich. She had OnlyFans. She just slayed it.
God.
In the like research and all this stuff of it, she holds up. She was like, it's not like a pinup model. You're like, I can see that she's hot for that time period. No, she.
Yeah.
And she was hot before like Photoshop.
Yeah,
She was
Jesus.
She didn't have fucking filters.
Yeah.
There wasn't like
Good
sepia to like make her look
And
hot.
she was had this weird, I don't want to say weird, but she had a soft voice.
Yeah.
She was dressed to the nines all the time. Yeah. Yeah. And anyways, so she was incredible. But since she died, there's been constant mysteries, conspiracies about how she died.
Yes.
You know, and as we do on this podcast, we like to go over the story of that leading up to what happened.
We like to give you a historical accurate, so then you can make your determination on what you think happened.
That's right.
This is for you guys. This isn't for fucking us. Like, I'm gonna give you this fucking story for us.
That's right. So here we go. So 1926.
Damn, that's when she was born?
She was born in 1926.
God, that seems like it seems like a trillion years ago.
Crazy, right?
It's like the dinosaurs.
So she was born, and I mean, most people know this, but I don't know if you guys do, but her actual name was Norma Jean Mortensen.
Wow,
I did
not know that at all.
Really? Oh,
No,
yeah.
that is way worse than Marilyn Monroe.
We started out with good info.
Mortensen.
Okay. Yeah.
Norma Jean
Her
Mortensen.
name was Norma Jean Mortensen.
Damn, what a shit name.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if your name is Norma. It sucks.
But it was actually Norma Jean. Like,
oh,
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
it was a
thing. It was a
Middle
two-piece.
name,
It was a
though.
two-piece.
Like, but you say
but
it.
you say it together.
It was a two-piece.
Like, hey, Norma
Yeah.
Jean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's better.
Yeah.
That's better. I like that better.
And so she was born out of wedlock to somebody named Gladys Baker.
And especially in the 20s out of wedlock, that was like fucking taboo.
Yeah.
True.
So Norma's father, though, I guess we'll call it Norma or Marilyn.
Let's say Marilyn.
No, we're Marilyn.
Yeah,
For
we're
sure.
Marilyn.
This
Marilyn,
fucking this Norma thing.
So-
I'm like,
so
is
Marilyn's-
she like my second grade teacher?
I know, right? So Marilyn's father actually never acknowledged her existence till she died.
Classic 1920s douche.
He wasn't in the picture. He just
Nothing.
okay.
And
You said till she died. Did he acknowledge it afterwards?
no, nothing.
Oh, what a fucking fuck. All right, this guy sucks.
Yeah. So in 1934, which is, I think, 8 years after she was born, Gladys suffered a mental breakdown and she was committed to a hospital.
Who's Gladys?
Gladys, the mom.
Oh, my
The
bad.
mom.
My
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
Sorry.
Come
I
on now.
forgot already.
So she was committed to a psychiatric hospital. She was diagnosed with mental schizophrenia. So then Norma Jean became a ward of the state.
She became a ward of the state at 8 years
right.
old.
Marilyn did.
Yeah, stop
at
saying
8.
Norma.
Yeah.
Yeah, at 8. So she spent the rest of her childhood in 9
Like foster
different
care?
foster homes.
Ooh.
Oh God,
9.
That seems like that's a recipe for misconduct.
9.
No, foster homes
Yeah.
are fucking the worst.
Yeah.
They're
Yep.
so bad. Most of the people are fucking shitheads, and they just want the government money, and they're just fucked up.
No,
I watch too
insane.
much. I watch too much like CSI.
Isn't that crazy? 9 homes.
That's
Anyways,
a lot. I wonder.
And
Did
you're-
they
I
say
mean, it sounds crazy to us, but maybe that's it.
a thing.
Do
they say why?
So we're just gonna fast forward. So that's the beginning of Marilyn.
of the
Right?
heights?
That's the beginning. So in 1946, she was now 20 years old.
Fucking
Okay.
hot.
So she got So she was 20 years old, and at that time, I mean, we're not going to go into how she was discovered and that sort of thing,
Yeah.
but at that time, so she signed as a model / actress with 20th Century Fox.
Oh wow, they've been killing the game for a while.
Yeah.
Now, by this time, she's already known as Marilyn. So,
Well, so
when
no,
did she change
what
her
happened
name?
is
Yeah.
she signed with 20th Century Fox, and
they're
then they changed her name.
They're like Norma's not going to cut it.
And they worked with her. No, and they worked with her, and she changed her name from Norma Jean to Marilyn Monroe.
Which is a fire name. Man,
Yeah.
they really, whoever they had work in that department crushed it. That's a
Good
great name.
Yeah, good name. So that's 1946. So then we fast forward, and it's the summer of 1954. Okay, she now is semi-famous. She's kind of started to
She had a
do some movies,
She had
do
a
some
couple Mentos commercials.
Yeah, some modeling, that sort of thing. And in the summer of 1954, JFK and her are seen publicly together at a dinner party. Each of them were married. So JFK was with Jackie,
Yeah, well, yeah.
right? And then Marilyn actually married Joe DiMaggio.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
Right.
So Joe DiMaggio is obviously the Hall of Fame
Dude,
baseball player,
stud.
that sort of thing. Yeah. So at that party, JFK cannot apparently, these are all like, we'll see.
hearsay.
These are third party witnesses.
Yeah.
you know.
He got his hands off.
Yeah, so at the party, JFK can't stop staring at her. It's believed that is when they started their affair. JFK and Marilyn Monroe.
He's like, she's got to be mine.
Yeah.
Come on, sister.
So the next year, 1955, Marilyn moved to New York to study acting more and to
she's still
try to-
married? Or we don't know?
She's still married to Joe
Okay.
DiMaggio.
And Joe DiMaggio
Yeah.
played for the Yankees, so New York.
Yeah.
So smart play.
That's right.
True.
So in 1960, in between 1955 and 1960, that's when she becomes
Blew up.
Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah, like household name.
Just
For modeling or
For
in
everything.
movies
For
and,
acting,
and all
everything,
of
yeah,
it. She
yeah.
just becomes
Over the top.
the platinum hair.
Oh,
or
yeah, with the red lips
yes.
and the white dress.
Oh,
And
she just becomes what every
like the Who
the
of
sex
these days.
icon of America.
Oh, yeah.
but
they're
these
like,
days, who is that for you?
I don't
Anna
know.
de Armas.
I mean, I'm not
No.
gonna like refrain from
Yeah.
talking on this subject because
Well, who's your go-to?
I don't know.
No, but who is the top female right now?
Like for real, like
Top,
like top.
Number one. If you were to go number one
On
female
her
actress
level.
on her level,
Yeah.
nobody.
It's
Not
just
on her level.
no,
nobody.
because like
Not a single.
see, it was a little different because like
Kim K?
cause no, God no.
I mean, as
I don't
far
even
as
think Kim K
famous,
is-
maybe, but not.
I don't think Kim K is attractive to me.
Oh, yeah.
well,
Nothing
no, I mean,
about her is
well,
attractive.
Fuck
each to their own. But I'm just saying,
No, I'm saying like
stardom.
no, well, stardom,
right.
but it was
Yeah.
different because no one looked like her back then.
Yeah.
Like Marilyn was, she was like she was
Yeah,
an
she, like,
oddity.
stood
Because, like,
out.
She literally stood out from
Yeah.
Because
every
you had
other
like
woman
a
who existed.
conservative look before it.
Hyper conservative
Yeah.
fucking society, and like women were, in the kitchen,
Yes,
and like
there you go.
they
They're-
weren't supposed to be
Yes.
special.
They were those summer dresses, or not summer
No.
dresses, but like a
It would go down to like your ankles.
Yes.
Like
Yeah,
you couldn't
something
show
like
any
that.
skin,
Yeah.
and she was ooh, and guys were like, "What the fuck?
yeah.
What the hell's going on?"
Yeah.
here?" So I think it's different. It's just a different time.
Different time.
Yeah, we're in
Different time.
we're really like 2023 is
Yeah.
like Skin City. It's like,
Fucking-
you know, like
True.
Everybody's got an OnlyFans.
I know. OnlyFans millionaires, they're all over the place. Got Sports Illustrated model. It's like it's come on, different.
But maybe in the 90s it was Cindy Crawford.
Oh yeah,
Right.
100%.
Yeah,
She was
that's
top.
like similar.
100%. She was top
I'm trying to think of others that are like
on the
on
same
the same
level.
level.
I mean,
Even
shit,
if it
even
was
Giselle,
not now.
like Giselle Bundchen was like,
Giselle,
she was close,
yeah, but
like,
not-
Close.
But not like
not Marilyn
Marilyn's
Monroe.
known worldwide.
True.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Anyways,
Yeah, whatever.
point being is she rocketed to fame. She really did. And then so she divorced Joe DiMaggio.
Too good for you, Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a whole other
can't
story.
handle me.
And
I know you can't.
you can't handle this.
You fucking baseball dick.
well, DiMaggio was retired at the time.
Oh, old ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you washed out.
What?
And just a short snippet of it is what I got from that divorce was that he was a little overbearing and he was a little bit like,
He was probably drunk too.
well, yeah,
Most of the players,
but he was a little bit of like a father figure kind of, what are you doing? Why are you doing that dress? You know, remember the dress in
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
the air.
yeah, like everybody's looking at your you know.
What? Well, I mean, it's classic, like husband.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
She's like, you can't hold me down.
She's like, I'm the sex symbol of Earth.
I know that the
Yes.
planet.
Yeah. So they got divorced. In 1960, she did The Misfits with Clark Gable, which was written by somebody named Arthur Miller, who was a playwright. She would go on to marry Arthur
I was
Miller.
about to say she married Arthur Miller, who's not
That's
an
right.
attractive man. He's not.
What's
attractive
crazy is
at
there's
all.
an interview with her, and she's like, he's super attractive.
He's not. Literally, Google.
She-
So if
yes.
you're listening to this, Google Arthur Miller. You're really be like, what? You would be confused.
So Miller was about 12 years older than Marilyn. So it was another one of those father figure things.
She got daddy
Older
issues. Well, she does
man.
have daddy issues. Clearly,
Yeah.
Her dad's like
He
never
pieced
acknowledged
out.
her.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
They're looking at photos right
just
now.
looked up Arthur Miller. Look at this guy.
No.
Telling me Marilyn Monroe should be with this guy.
Yeah, Marilyn's yeah.
Hottest woman on earth.
Sorry,
with
Arthur.
dude.
But she was attracted to the intelligent playwright.
He looks like a fucking librarian. Look
Very
at him.
true. So unfortunately, that marriage didn't last very long.
Well, clearly,
And-
look at him.
Yeah,
Jesus.
and so
Yeah, it's like looks like her dad.
so she got a divorce from him, and then apparently, so they say is that's when she started to get into barbiturates.
Oh, that's bad. Oh, yeah.
So she had a little bit of depression. She started to you know what I mean?
Self-medicate.
And so her lawyer, which was named Mickey Rudin, suggested a guy named Dr. Ralph Greenson, who was his brother-in-law,
Well,
to
perfect.
take over.
I know a guy.
Nepotism.
who was
I know a guy.
who was a psychiatrist.
I trust this guy with my life.
So Greenson then became her psychiatrist.
Oh, great.
Okay, so in July of 1960, the DNC, so the Democratic National Convention, was held in LA.
Yeah.
And Marilyn took a break from filming The Misfits to stay at Peter Lawford. Peter Lawford's an actor, famous actor. Stay at his beach house.
God. must
Guess
be
who
nice.
was there?
JFK.
JFK. JFK was
Fancy
there.
meeting you here.
So the officers present that weekend protecting JFK, James Hamilton and Marvin
Oh, I
Monroe.
thought you're at a beach house. You're fucking
Yeah.
JFK. There's like, she's
Yes.
recently divorced.
Now it's
she's hot.
Now
You're
it's
like,
what's crazy is
More
that
than hot. She's like the fucking sex symbol.
she's the
like,
top.
yeah,
Yeah.
top. Like
Top,
the
top.
She's like your bucket.
top.
Like, he's like bucket list.
Yeah, literally.
Once again, prime.
It's like if Chris Hemsworth went to my wife and was like, "You should have sex with me," I'd be like, "Do it, like, do it now."
So what's crazy is that during that time, July 1960, that's when he was running for president.
Oh, so it's, he didn't even care about the
Yeah,
campaign.
so you know how you get elected in November,
Yeah.
but they start in summer.
Oh, yeah.
and they
Yeah.
start doing the campaign.
That you go to all the different
This,
states. You're
yes,
like,
make
I
America great
love
again."
automotive.
Yes. So that literally is July 1960. So
Yeah.
he got elected in November.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So JFK barely wins.
I know. It was a very close margin.
Super
Yeah.
close. Yeah. Marilyn joined JFK on a few trips, and she disguised herself with a black wig and horn-rimmed glasses. She was also given a private line directly to the president with the code name Mrs. Green.
Oh, wow.
For whatever reason.
On the fucking hotline.
Yeah.
That's like hotline bling. I mean, on that.
So now we move forward to late 1961. So JFK is now president.
Yeah, now he's the man.
Yeah. So Marilyn decides to move to LA. She buys a house on the 5th Helena Drive in Brentwood, which is minutes away from Dr. Greenson. Also, minutes away, literally almost across the street from Peter Lawford.
Oh, wow.
Remember that guy?
Yeah.
Peter Lawford. Okay. Okay, good. So when she buys her new home, Greenson suggests hiring a housekeeper. And the housekeeper is Eunice Murray.
He's like his cousin or something?
Well, it's hard to say. This is where it gets a little sketchy. So Eunice is a trained psychiatric nurse.
Oh,
She's
so
also
he like
a
worked
close
for him,
friend
like...
of Greenson,
I see.
right? And there were some ties to Communist Party.
Ooh.
So it's going to get a little weird here.
Infiltration
It's gonna get a little
station
weird.
right
Yeah.
here.
Okay, so
Get close to the president.
So
trust me.
one street down, so like I said, one street down is Peter Lawford. A weird point of note that I wanted to bring up was it is 0.8 miles from OJ's house.
Dude, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It's cursed.
0.9 miles away is where Nicole Simpson was killed.
Wow.
Wow.
That's
I'm not saying, obviously they're not related.
but still,
It's
that's
just
eerie.
interesting. It's just
It's just
interesting.
eerie.
And my
Yeah.
thing is like, how is a psychiatrist living in like the fucking the prime of LA? How is he making that much money that he's living in fucking Brentwood?
Yeah.
Doesn't that seem a little odd?
legal drug dealer.
That's actually a great point. Yeah.
I'd love to
I
see
think you should buy more.
Honestly, I'd actually love to see the invoices
Oh,
from him to Marilyn.
Oh, probably
Yeah.
crazy.
Can you
You know what I mean?
imagine?
Dude, he was
Yeah.
like, it was a
God.
blank check. He was like,
Yeah.
just keep buying them.
Yep.
Yeah.
She doesn't know better. She's gonna be like, okay.
Yeah. So February 1962, Marilyn Monroe now meets Bobby Kennedy.
Dun, dun, dun.
So Bobby Kennedy is the younger brother, Attorney General.
Attorney General,
the
fucking
United States.
straight-laced
And,
fucking
yeah.
Eagle Scout motherfucker.
So she meets him at a party in LA, and at the party she carries around a small journal to make notes on the topics that they discuss because she wants to be able to talk the talk.
Oh, nice.
So she's like, I love these guys. I want to be smart, and I want to know what they're talking about. So she kept notes.
I think the notebook's a little, you should have been a little more low key, but
Yeah.
that's fine. Wait, what did you say again, sir? Okay.
Wait, repeat that?
Yes. Write it in my notebook for me.
So apparently they talk and dance all night, and according to multiple sources, that's when the relationship with Bobby started, and that's when they started sleeping together.
But she fucked Bobby too?
Yes.
Damn, she fucked the whole family?
Damn.
Apparently at the same time.
They probably knew it. They probably knew it.
Yeah.
They probably knew it. They're like, should we just like do it together? Or like, what's
Honestly, they probably knew it.
Oh, 100% they knew it.
100%.
I'm going to say a quote that's from Joe.
Oh,
Remember Joe?
Old man Joe?
Remember Joe? Joe's the dad.
Yeah, old
Yeah.
man Joe. Like,
So apparently, and now
he's like, I
this
fucked her
is-
too. Before all of
No,
you.
so this is not verified. So we're just kind of
believe it.
speculating.
I
okay?
believe it.
A little bit of a
I
conspiracy.
haven't heard it, but I believe it.
Yeah. Apparently, he told his boys, he said, in your life, you need to sleep with as many women as you possibly can.
Oh, did he get married like at like 17 or something? He's God damn it.
He like fucking
So
missed out.
that-
He's like, I gotta
Shut
live.
up.
I
I've
gotta,
been rich for so long.
Yeah.
I haven't had sex with nobody but my wife.
I gotta live through these boys.
Now, I wouldn't
Get them out there.
I wouldn't bring that up if it didn't come up like 5 times from 5 different people.
And he's like in his wheelchair, and he's like all alone. He's like, better fuck.
I think
I
whoever
told these boys
Well,
they gotta get out
I think
there.
he kind of just created that culture with his boys. Okay, you get married, you have a presentation of your life with your,
And then
your wife
on
and
the
your children.
backside, you
But-
do whatever you want.
But like, go get it.
Yeah.
What
Go
a-
get it.
What a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but like, I'll never teach my sons that like have sex with as many women as possible. Don't care about the consequences. I will never say that to them ever.
Okay, so now we're in February of 1962. Okay, February 1962. So Marilyn goes to Mexico City.
It was just there, by the way.
Back in my hometown.
Yeah.
Actually, that's not my hometown, but my home country.
Taking a tour.
So it was arranged by Mrs. Murray and Dr. Greenson, which is the
This guy is
housekeeper,
way
right?
too prevalent. What
And
the fuck?
and the thing that's
housekeeper
weird,
and the psychiatrist?
yes,
yeah, he's everywhere.
right. So it's known, or it's at least suspected, that Greenson and Murray were involved with the Communist Party. So they arranged meetings in Mexico City. So they told Marilyn to meet in Mexico City somebody by the name of Frederick Vanderbilt Field, a communist that was living in exile with his wife.
Awesome.
So then later on, FBI released documents saying they were watching Marilyn
Oh, they were
because
watching. For sure. They were
because
totally
she was-
watching.
They're
She
watching
was-
closely.
With a keen eye.
so they were watching her because she was talking to and interacting, and this is at the time when you're a communist, fucking
Oh,
hey,
dude, they're like, oh,
yeah.
done. Oh,
You're
you're
over.
toast.
out.
Yeah.
It's like a Salem witch trials.
That's right.
Let's burn you on the cross.
So their recordings showed that she was telling them information that only high classified clearance could have,
Oh, so she got it from Bobby?
Yep.
and JFK.
Yep.
Oh, so this is like, she's fucking them simultaneously. And so she's getting all the scoop.
Yeah.
And then she doesn't
So
really
they have
know better. So she's
recordings.
like, oh,
Yes.
yeah.
So-
I know where the nukes are.
You want the code?
Literally, this is
Got
like Bay of
that.
Pigs time, like right?
Oh, shit. The Bay of Pigs was a nightmare.
Yes.
Oh, my
So
God.
they literally go, how did she get this information?
And why is she
Look.
telling it to the communists?
Yeah.
Because she has a notebook. She wants to be part of it. She wants to be intelligent. She wants to.
Oh, so
she
she
wants to be
wants to
cool.
talk it
So
out.
she's just
you
keeping
know.
up with the Joneses. She's like, well, did you know that
Yeah.
technically 4-star General Bronson
So that's Mexico. That's the FBI. They're watching. They're watching all this, right?
While she's down there in Mexico
Yes.
and they're watching the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So then that was February 62. So now let's move to March 62.
Okay.
So JFK planned a political trip to California, and he was originally supposed to stay with this guy named Frank Sinatra. Okay.
That guy. Yeah.
Frank Sinatra built a helipad in his house to
accommodate
receive JFK.
But isn't it a little weird? Like Frank Sinatra with his mob ties and like his
Yes.
brother Bobby is like cracking down on the mob and like
Yeah.
like
That's another
That's a
episode
little-
we got to do,
I
man.
love that you're going there because
Yeah.
that's exactly what happened. So his advisors said, do not stay with Sinatra. It's a PR nightmare because of his connection to the mob.
it probably been like the best night of his life though.
Yeah.
Like partying with
Oh,
Frank
fuck yeah.
Sinatra
Yeah.
with
Fuck
the
yeah.
shit. Oh my god, that'd been so dope.
So the advisors said, don't do that, right? And so guess who told that he's not going to come and he's
Merlin.
not going to stay?
Merlin.
Peter Lawford.
Oh.
Because Peter Lawford married a Kennedy.
Oh.
So remember how the
God,
Kennedys
this is
had
so
9 girls?
incestuous.
Yes.
Or no, not 9 girls.
They had 9 kids, but they had like
kids, but
4 girls. Yeah, 4 girls.
So he married Patricia Kennedy.
Oh.
And so then JFK said, Peter,
You tell him.
you tell Frank.
You tell Frank.
So
I'm the president, bitch.
Yeah.
You tell him.
So JFK decided then to stay at Bing's house, Bing Crosby's, instead of
Oh, I
going
see.
to Frank. Right?
So what a letdown,
All
though.
these famous,
No, it's like
whatevers,
but
yeah.
Frank Sinatra's
Yeah.
house. I mean, please, like
Yeah.
a pig in my name is
So
Frank Sinatra.
apparently, whatever.
Per sources.
Sinatra raged.
Oh, I've heard that he
Who the
raised-
fuck this guy
He
think he is? Like,
he says he
yeah.
spent $500,000 building a helipad and renovating his home so that JFK could come stay with him.
and he doesn't
Yeah,
say
yeah.
that.
And he
I'd be
didn't come.
I'd be
So he
pissed.
raged. Yeah, he raged, and then he
Fucking Boston
banned,
motherfucker.
he banned Peter Lawford from any Rat Pack association ever.
No. Sorry, Peter.
The rest of his life. He was banned.
Lifetime ban.
Yeah.
Lifetime ban.
Anyway, so there's that, right? So then additionally in that month, there's a record of JFK and J. Edgar Hoover meeting at the White House.
J. Edgar Hoover at this time being the FBI director.
Yeah, that's right. And so the Kennedys and Hoover, they didn't really like each other. They
No,
weren't allies.
fucking hate
They,
each other.
they,
Right,
they
right.
didn't, you know.
But
they
he
weren't-
was there
yeah.
and he was there.
Yeah. It's thought that Hoover was recording everybody.
Oh, for sure.
Like
100%.
all the peoples.
Yeah.
Tell me what's in your
Apparently-
mind.
Yeah, apparently so apparently he said to JFK, he said, "Hey, you have 2 mistresses that are tied to communism."
2? Who's the second mistress?
So there's another one named Judith Campbell Exner.
She was not as hot as Marilyn.
And she was a Russian woman that was tied to communism. And so he said, you need to nix
cut
it.
the tie.
You need to nix it. Yeah, right? He said it's a security risk. Marilyn is high profile, so there you go, right? A couple days later, Marilyn Monroe and Peter Lawford then took Air Force One from LA to Palm Springs.
I love it. Hoover's like, dude, you got to cut ties.
Yes.
Like, flam Air Force One.
Take my plane. Take my plane.
Take my Boeing
my plane.
747.
Yeah.
Air Force One.
So again, she wore the dark brown wig and then the glasses.
Yeah, but everyone's like, oh, it's Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody knows. Come on now.
But the witnesses of this said that it was the president's new secretary. That's where this.
I would
That's
love
where the
this-
sources are. Is that the Secret Service said it was. You know what I mean?
And you know at this time, like, Jackie knows what's going on. You
Yeah.
can't hide. He's so bad at covering it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too
Too high
It's actually
profile.
hilariously.
Both of them are.
It's so
But
bad.
so Marilyn stayed at Bing's house, where Kennedy was going.
Yeah.
Right. And so there's a witness. There's 2 witnesses. One is the named Philip Watson, and then the other is the personal masseuse, Ralph Roberts, who said that yes, she was there in the guest cottage of Bing's house when JFK was there. Okay, just to give you some who said it.
Dude, this is a
and,
different time.
Yeah.
This is also the time before smartphones and shit.
Yeah.
You could kind of do whatever you wanted.
Right.
JFK would be so canceled. He'd be impeached. Like, it'd be the whole Me Too thing.
Honestly.
He'd be getting
Yeah.
sued.
Okay, so Sunday, now we're in April 1962. And so she was going to do a movie called Something's Gotta Give. I'll tell you, because she never finished.
Oh. So maybe
She
they
never
never
finished
made it.
filming.
Yeah.
Because we're kind of getting now to where she
To the good
loses
stuff.
The
Yeah.
death.
We'll just say that.
So April, the day before, she called the screenwriter and says, "I'm very sick and I'm unable to start filming on Monday." The studio didn't believe her, so they sent doctors to her house.
Lying.
And they said, "Oh, she is ill.
She's playing hooky.
Super high temperature and she's got a cold," right? This is from a memo. So then 8 days later, she's decides to go in, and she goes and she literally collapses mid-set. Or like on set.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So then she goes
I
home.
got you, Marilyn.
Now keep in mind, I think I'm dubbing this in, right? But I think she's taking the drugs.
Oh, for sure.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And she's not.
She's.
I mean, you're not going to collapse of...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of a cold.
She's 100%
Yeah.
like taking
Yeah.
the 75,000 prescriptions
Yeah.
that Dr. Greenfuck has been prescribing
Yes, that's right. So she's then confined to her bed for another 2 weeks. So she now is in bed for 3 weeks.
her. Jesus Christ.
That's
Yeah.
pretty...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty serious.
Yeah.
Seems
so
fucking serious.
So fast forward to May 1962. This Dr. Greenson,
God, what a
which is
dick.
Marilyn's psychiatrist, he sees her. He's there.
Is there?
He's there
just
4
fucking-
days out of
Almost
5.
lives there.
Oh, dude, he's
Yeah.
he's just saying.
He's just going there
He's just
constantly.
like
Pumping her up.
Yeah.
But see, like as a psychiatrist, you're not a medical doctor. That's actually a fact. Like you're not
Yeah.
a medical doctor. So if someone is sick, you have
Wait,
no.
you're not a medical doctor?
No, a psychiatrist is not a medical doctor.
They just have a doctorate
They have a doctorate
Oh.
in
degree.
psychiatry.
A doctorate degree.
Right,
I can have a
right.
doctorate in education. Doesn't mean I'm
Yeah.
a medical doctor.
Yeah.
True.
It's a totally different. It's a totally
Yeah.
different practice. It's
Yeah.
completely separate from medicine.
Right.
So it's weird that if she's sick, why is her psychiatrist seeing you?
Yeah.
Right.
Why is it like
Super
a,
weird.
why is it like a
There's
doctor
a
being
medical
like?
doctor.
But you're saying it would be weird even if a doctor's going there 5 out of the 6 days or whatever.
Yeah, I'm saying it's just like it's also
a
like
lot.
why? But if you're actually sick, why have your psychiatrist there?
That's weird.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Sorry, continue.
A very strange moment happened here, which is in May. In the doctor, he left the country for 4 weeks. He went to Germany and went to a school, and nobody knows, and he never told anybody what it was for. I don't know. That's just a note. I don't know
a
what he was doing. or
Nazi
he
Nazi
just-
sympathizer.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so May 14th, she finally feels better and ready to go back to the studio.
Oh,
back
good.
To work,
All
okay?
right.
So that's a month later. Yeah.
That sucks, but
Yeah.
hey, she's back.
Sounds like some
Thursday.
COVID shit, but like.
So Thursday, May 17th, 1962, she flies to New York because she was asked to appear at John F. Kennedy's 45th birthday.
Happy birthday, Mr. President.
Yes. So
That's
he's turning
gonna- that's
45.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's at Madison Square Garden.
Oh my god!
Right?
There's a fucking
Yeah.
Madison Square Garden. It's ridiculous.
By the way, on her flight to New York, she was sitting next to Peter Lawford.
This guy's everywhere.
What?
He's
This guy's
fucking
all over it,
everywhere.
right? He's
dude.
all over it,
Peter
yeah.
Lawford is like the Manchurian candidate. Like, he's fucking everywhere.
So she had a beautiful $6,000 dress made specifically for the occasion.
and by the way, $6,000 like back then it was like fucking $100,000.
Yeah.
So have you heard this story? Because now I'm going to do a little note. Have you heard this story of Kim Kardashian asking the archives to
No.
remake the dress.
to let her use the dress to go to the Met Gala?
Oh,
What a fucking
like the same
bitch.
dress.
The
like
same dress. So if you
What?
look it up, she wore Marilyn's dress.
How did she fit in
And
it?
the outrage that people,
Dang.
what the
They were
fuck are you
pissed.
doing?
Like
Yes.
you fucking piece of shit.
She wore the dress.
How did
You
she
can look
fit?
it up.
How did she fit in the dress though?
Oh yeah, it's like one of the first things that pops up.
Yeah, right?
How did
She wore it to the Met Gala. The
But how
same
does she
outfit.
fit in the dress?
See the white fur thing that she's wearing?
Yeah.
Same thing. It's the exact one. It's not a replica. It's the
It's
one.
the one.
See, the
It's
thing
the
that
one.
annoys me about that is that Kim Kardashian thinks she's Marilyn Monroe. Like, if you're
Yeah,
listening,
fuck
Kim,
that shit.
I don't like you. No, she's a piece of. I'm sorry. I
Anyways,
just
it's
hate that
crazy.
like people like her have become so influential in our society. Like, and Kim Kardashian, I'm sorry, is an idiot.
You know,
Like,
100%.
She's a low
100%.
IQ individual, and it's not a slight against her. It's just
that is an actual slight against her.
no. I'm saying.
I'm not
No,
saying it's like a
I'm
mean
not-
thing to
no,
say. but,
no.
like, it is.
But you know.
What I mean,
You are the lowest IQ person I've ever met. By
I'm not saying you're stupid.
No,
You just
no,
your
it's-
IQ is shit.
what I
no offense. No offense.
No, what I mean by that is that I don't hate her because she's stupid. I hate her because she literally has influence over 60 million people.
Yeah, she's too much
Yeah.
power. Is that what you're saying?
She's all this power.
So she's flying there.
Mm-hmm.
She's flying there. She's got the dress. It's covered in thousands of beads. It's a beautiful dress.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So the studio though is super unhappy because she stopped filming on Something's Gotta Give in
They're
order
like,
to do that.
We
right?
paid you for this shit. We need
Yeah.
this. Like, we need this.
Yeah. So let's talk about the birthday. So the birthday party at Madison Square Garden, right? What's strange is that Jackie was not there. Jackie was not in attendance for this birthday party, which is kind of
That is strange.
people say it's a little weird because
Well, you know, JFK
it's
was like,
Madison Square Garden is
he's
the
like,
biggest thing
don't show up.
ever. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, listen,
or
if you
you,
wanna-
know, she knows what's going up or what's
She
going
knows
on.
exactly what's going
So
on.
that's what they
Exactly.
say is that she knew.
Yes.
she
has to know.
100%
know.
knew. She
So
I
of
don't
course
think she
she's
was
like,
stupid.
fuck you.
She wasn't stupid. Jackie was
Yeah.
not stupid. Jackie
Yeah.
was not Kim Kardashian.
She just kind of allowed it.
well, okay.
Well, what's the argument there? Like, why would you allow it?
Because you can't, like, back in that day, obviously hyper conservative, and then it's really taboo to get divorced, especially when you're the president.
Yeah.
And so, like,
Especially.
she probably just saw the bigger picture for her life and was like, look, he's gonna keep doing it.
Yeah.
It doesn't help me or behoove me to divorce him,
Right.
so I'll just allow it.
Right.
It's just, you know, you look back in the day and like you have these couples and these women, the guys beat the shit out of their wives and they would never leave and it was
Yeah.
terrible. They're miserable.
attached in some
but it's
way.
like, you know, it's like the tradition
Yeah.
and they were attached to the
True.
tradition of it,
Yeah.
which is not okay. You should leave.
Yeah.
So I think that's
Yeah.
what it was.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
Okay.
maybe.
So here we are at the birthday. So this is one of the most famous things in American culture, actually, is Happy Birthday,
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
Mr.
Just as an
President.
aside, and we're at a karaoke place, and
Yeah.
it was Happy Birthday, Mr. President on
By
karaoke
Marilyn Monroe.
by Marilyn
Yes.
Monroe.
Yeah.
That's
exactly.
how famous it is.
Yeah. That's how deep we do the research, by the way.
It's super deep.
It's all in our lives. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but point of note, before the event, there's somebody named Mickey Song, and he's Marilyn's hairdresser. And he was doing her hair, and Bobby Kennedy came into the dressing room and he asked him to leave.
Oh, he was pissed.
So outside,
Stop fucking my brother.
So the hairdresser went outside, and he just heard them yelling at each other. About 10 minutes later, Bobby left, and then she went on stage and she did the performance.
Mm-hmm. And she was all like sultry.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And Bobby was like crying in the back, weeping. Fucking stupid.
Okay, so then after that, so Marilyn attended a post-gala party at Arthur Krim's with both the Kennedys in attendance.
No, they fight. I wish I had like a fight.
So what happened though is
After party?
is apparently they had a private conversation with both of them for 15 minutes.
I wish I was a fly on
It's
that
the
wall.
only photo of the Kennedys with Marilyn
Oh, both of them?
Really? It's the only
Both
one?
Bobby and John?
ever.
Ooh.
And Jorge, you should look it up because it's interesting.
I would love to
see.
like.
I'm gonna look it up right
I
now.
would love to be in that.
Right?
And they're both like Boston. Like
Yeah.
fucking. Listen to me. I got a number.
I like them
I like them apples. She was my first.
This.
That's that. Well, yeah, there's both.
That's the only photo that exists.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's John and that's Bobby right there.
Yeah.
I
That's the only
was
photo.
waiting for like a,
Oh, yeah,
like a real
like
one.
Scandal.
No,
Yeah.
they're standing
No,
like,
this is the
Like,
only
let's
thing.
pose.
So this was found decades later in somebody's attic.
Oh, wow.
yeah, because it's a super side pic.
Yeah.
And who's like?
You're
who's
not
this-
even looking at the
and
camera.
Who's the,
like,
fuck, who's fucking this guy?
yeah.
See?
So it's reported that she danced with Bobby 5 different times that night. And Ethel, which is Bobby's wife, was watching and super mad.
Oh, Ethel,
Yeah.
pissed.
She's like fucking fuming.
Then she allegedly left the party. She left the party allegedly in the morning with JFK. So that was the last night she ever saw JFK.
Oh,
Oof.
damn.
Anyway, so Monday, May 21st, 1962, Marilyn returned to Something's Gotta Give, but she was on amphetamines.
Oh,
so she-
no.
Was kind of like hyped up, apparently.
Well, no shit.
They were
that's
like,
what
"Go
amphetamines.
home."
That's what amphetamines
Yeah.
do.
Go home,
Yeah.
Marilyn. You're
She's
trash.
all
home.
paranoid. She's all
Yes,
paranoid.
exactly.
Fucking cops coming. Where the fuck
Honestly,
they at?
go home. Like,
Yeah.
dude,
Get out of here.
too much. So then now
That's like when Sean gets drunk. We're like, go home, Sean.
Okay, I don't know why this is like turning into. Why are you attacking me?
Okay, so Thursday, May 24th now. J. Edgar Hoover schedules another meeting with JFK. And this is a couple days after his birthday. No one knows exactly what was said, but following the meeting, JFK tells the Oval Office switchboard to refuse all calls from Marilyn.
Oh,
Hmm.
you know what? Yeah,
Yeah.
Hoover was like, we
It's
gotta,
over.
we gotta kill her.
We gotta cut it. We gotta cut it.
Sorry.
So the private line he'd given her was then disconnected. Kennedy also called his other mistress, which was the Judith Exner.
He calls us
Mistress number 2.
mistresses.
Mistress
He
number
did
3.
the same thing with Judith.
I was like,
He just
off.
cut.
Oh,
he
yeah?
said no more. It's
They're
over.
probably like, dude, this is like
Right?
terrible PR for us. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta just stop doing
Yeah.
this. Like, we're all fucked if you
So-
keep fucking other chicks. Like, come on.
So, but JFK doesn't want to tell Monroe himself. So who does he ask?
What, Lawford?
Peter Lawford.
Peter
What?
Lawford's doing everything. Lawford's telling
He's like
everybody.
he's like not a Kennedy's. This guy's like marrying in.
No, but you know you want to be one of Kenny's brother? You can do my
Yes.
dirty work.
This is what you gotta do.
Yeah, it's
He's like, I've done it enough.
like, I already told
Yes.
I told Frank Sinatra they didn't want to come up there.
One more
Sinatra
time.
cussed me out. It's like,
And he's like, this is the last one.
Yeah.
I guarantee this is the
and then
last
Frank
one.
Sinatra's like,
Yeah.
you're never
Yeah.
allowed
Till the next
at
time.
any
Yeah.
concert I ever hold for the rest of your life.
Call Marilyn Monroe and say, I hate you.
I love Peter's like, hey,
Yeah.
Marilyn, it's me. It's Peter
Yeah.
again.
I got some news, you know.
You can't call John. Sorry.
Okay, so the evidence shows that on Saturday, which is three days later or so, Peter Lawford called Marilyn from Hyannisport,
Oh,
which is the compound.
The compound.
Yes. And he says that she'll never be able to contact him again. She'll never be first lady, and that JFK wasn't even serious about it wasn't even a big
It
deal.
wasn't even.
Oh,
He
wow.
didn't even like you. He said the sex was subpar.
So worried about the potential fallout and Marilyn's craziness, Pat Newcomb is then elected to move in with Marilyn that weekend. She brought sedatives with her. She was the one who allegedly slept at the foot of Marilyn's bed the whole weekend. And the handyman said Marilyn seemed to be a prisoner in her own bedroom.
I love how he would know. Like, was he like, hey, Marilyn, can I come in? No. Damn, she's a prisoner.
Well, he noticed she's in there for days, I guess, or what?
I guess so. Maybe she was
Sedated.
Maybe she was sedated.
Yeah. So Monday, the 28th of May in 1962, she arrived on the set and she apparently was upset. One of her fellow actors said, from the moment she came on set, she looked like a piece of fine crystal about to shatter. I've never seen her like this. She looks like she's falling apart.
Wow,
this is Marilyn,
what a great metaphor. A piece of fine crystal made it shatter. That was a great metaphor there.
So this is like Marilyn kind of like falling apart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like she's
on the breaking.
falling
She's on
apart.
the breaking point.
Yeah. So June 1st, it's Marilyn's birthday. She turns 36. Her coworkers give her a small celebration on the set.
No Madison Square Garden?
No. So on June 4th, which is 3 days later, she's unable to come back to set because she's feeling ill. She spent the weekend trying to reach John F. Kennedy.
And they're like, sorry, Miss Green.
No success.
Like, you can't come through.
She tells several friends about that and that she's very disturbed by it. She keeps calling. And so instead of using now Mrs. Green, the code name.
She's like, it's Marilyn Monroe.
It's Marilyn. I'm calling over and over and over trying to get a hold of John F. Kennedy.
It's also like, he's not like an easy person to reach, too.
Right.
You know, it's not like you're calling like Publix.
Yeah.
Feel like a Publix.
Right?
Like,
It used to be for her.
Yeah.
But
I guess so, yeah.
So on June 23rd, Bobby Kennedy flew to LA. Bobby and Marilyn both were invited to a dinner party at Peter Lawford's house.
Peter Lawford is like, he's the common denominator in all this.
seriously.
Like,
According to Patricia Lawford, Peter's wife, which is Patricia Kennedy.
oh, that's right.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. The purpose for Bobby's visit was to stop Marilyn from contacting the president. Stop calling.
Please
Stop
like,
calling.
come on.
gotta move on.
He's just not that into you anymore. Like, come on.
So in order to save her career, he tells her that she needs to cooperate and stay quiet.
Damn.
Yeah. So Sunday, June 24th, Bobby Kennedy visits Marilyn at her home in Brentwood. Her housekeeper, Eunice, says Marilyn showed him around but didn't seem enthusiastic about the visit. So it basically is just showing that Bobby comes to her house and is like,
A.
yeah,
Like, A.
yeah.
Like, A. I'm
You
the
gotta stop.
the highest law in the land, lady. Stop it.
So in July of 1962, the Cuban Missile Crisis is going on. U.S. surveillance has captured photographs of long-range missiles in Cuba.
yes.
Like whole thing's going on, right? At the
Yeah.
same time, Hoover receives confidential document from his FBI office in Mexico informing him of Marilyn's suspected friendship with the Soviet agent, the communist kind of ties person.
So
right?
it's like shit's like fucking popping off right now. Like we're about to be in like a massive
Yes.
World War III,
Yes.
nuclear holocaust.
So this proved deeply concerning to the FBI, and they were, this is a problem.
You can't have the president that's
Yes.
like, even like remotely associated with
Not
the
while,
enemy, the
especially
enemy of
now
the
while
state.
this is going down. Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
It's too bad.
So the idea is that even if she didn't mean to, she was
She
providing
did.
info.
Oh, for sure. And
Yeah.
you even said that she was providing like she had
She had
information,
insight.
information that was classified information.
Yeah.
You know, it's like pillow talk, her and JFK, and he's like, oh, you have no idea what's going on, baby.
Okay, so in mid-July, Hoover meets with Bobby Kennedy, and though their exact conversation is unknown, the following day, Bobby then cut ties with Marilyn.
And I was saying, why is he still?
Yeah.
Shouldn't he also not be talking to her?
I think he just tried. He just tried and tried and tried.
to do the
and then,
cordial thing, and like,
yeah, and then he was like, okay, now you can't even do this.
yeah, he was trying to be a
anymore.
good dude.
Yeah.
And then I was like,
Yeah.
fuck off.
So Marilyn tried to reach the Attorney General Bobby Kennedy numerous times, but couldn't. And she felt blindsided and angry. The telephone records indicate that she tried to call Bobby 8 times during the month of July. She tried to reach him at home. She tried to reach him at the White House.
Well, I mean, that's
She
8
just
times.
kept
It's
trying.
8 times in a month, so it's not that crazy. In a month, it was 8 times in a month.
Yeah.
You know, I thought it was like 8 times in like a day.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa, she's crazy. But it's like 8 times in a month. That's once every
Yeah, that's
like
not
once-
like crazy, but that's still
Dude, that's like once every 3.5 days.
But eventually,
That's a lot, I guess.
eventually
That's
she
kinda a
got
lot.
so frustrated and mad that she was being, what is it, ghosted?
Yeah, she's been ghosted.
She got so mad that she was being ghosted that she said to somebody, she said, "Hold a press conference. I've certainly got a lot to say about the
Ooh,
Kennedys."
she's got all the juice.
He gonna call me back now.
She's like, they all got small dicks.
She also said that she knows about the involvement with mafia head honcho Sam Giancana,
Oh,
who is also friends with Frank Sinatra.
I know. Ooh. That's spicy.
Right. Okay, so now this part is a little dark, so just a heads up, right? So July 28th, 1962, Frank Sinatra invited Marilyn to fly to his resort called the Cal Neva Lodge to discuss their next picture maybe together, right? But that was not his actual intent, apparently. Marilyn didn't want to go that weekend, but Frank convinced her. She later told Ralph Roberts, which was her masseuse, that it was a nightmare of a dreadful weekend.
Oh, shit. What the fuck happened there?
Also present was mafia boss Sam Giancana and Paul Skinny D'Amato. These are all like mafia
mafia
dudes.
names.
Yes. So Skinny later said there was more to what happened that weekend than anybody has ever told.
What the fuck?
It would have been a big fall for Bobby Kedney.
What happened?
wow.
Did we find out what happened?
So several sources confirmed that it was a dark weekend. Monroe was given a lot of pills,
Oh, no. Did they like do some...
many of
It's
which seemed to
nefarious.
occur while Marilyn was unconscious.
Oh, no.
And then photos were taken of her on all fours being raped
No.
shit.
by Giancana, by the mafia guy.
That's so fucked up.
Yeah. So she was drugged,
Oh, man.
and over the weekend it said that she was threatened by everybody and by the Kennedys themselves to keep silent.
First of all, fuck you, Frank Sinatra. You fucking... Like, that's bullshit. That's not okay.
So the photographer, which is Bobby Woodfield, and is the same photographer who later took the pool. You ever see the pool photos of
Yeah.
her? And then,
Yeah.
you know, he later saw some of the photos that were being developed for Frank Sinatra, and he said that it appeared that Sam Giancana was having sex with Marilyn while she was on all fours, and that she did not look well and looked sick in the photos. They were extremely disturbing photos and obviously taken under coercion, and Woodfield advised Frank Sinatra to burn them. Joe DiMaggio, who was married originally,
Married to her.
heard that she was at Cal Nava that weekend, and he tried to check into the lodge, but Sinatra wouldn't let him get in.
Dude, Frank Sinatra, like, what a piece of shit. I used to think the guy was cool. He fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Fuck Frank Sinatra.
Joe stayed nearby, but tried over and over to reach Marilyn, but never did. And after that weekend, Joe DiMaggio never spoke to Frank Sinatra again, and he actually refused him to Marilyn's funeral.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Stand-up guy. Joe DiMaggio. Stand-up guy.
Yeah.
Super stand-up guy.
So on that Sunday, Marilyn flew back to LA from Cal Neva with Peter Lawford. And
Wait, so Peter Lawford went with her there?
yeah.
Peter Lawford.
Fucking
This
Peter.
guy is a piece of shit, dude. Like, this guy's a double agent.
So Marilyn appeared heavily drugged still the next day, and they landed in LA well after midnight. On the way home, Lawford stopped at a payphone, and it was later learned that his house had been bugged, but he knew that, and he was on the phone for 20 minutes. We don't know who he called, but some suspected that he called the Justice Department.
I wonder what he... to get immunity for himself for being a fucking sex trafficker?
Crazy,
Basically.
right? Horrible
Dude,
story.
he was just like... This
Horrible
Peter
story.
Lawford guy is just like... He's just like the fucking pedal man for the Kennedys. And like, you want to marry in, you got to do exactly what we
The
fucking
pimp.
tell you to do.
Yeah,
Dude, that's so fucked up. Oh my God. Poor Marilyn.
I know. It's a horrible story. And on that note, we're going to end off this episode.
Yeah, that's a good... This is
Unfortunately.
like a terrible place to end.
I
You
know.
got to come back for part
know.
2. It's like,
So all this has happened to Marilyn, and now we're going to kind of go what happened to the night of that she passed and see if
And then we'll get into our...
we can figure out what happened.
And we'll get into
you
our
know.
conspiracies after, obviously, we
That's
go
right.
over all the information. But, man,
Yeah.
like, I already hate a lot of the people in this town. I fucking really hate them.
But we'll catch you next week.
Yeah, sorry to end on such a low note.
We gotta end it on this.
I don't know what to
cliffhanger,
say. Like there's a lot.
That's
This
just
is what
it
happened
is.
to Marilyn.
This is what it is.
What happened.
We're actually
Yeah,
just
we got
going
a
over
lot more to get into, so you guys got to check it out next week.
Come next week. Peace. No, wait. Nighty night.
Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the show. If you want to reach out to us, please email us at info@theconspiracypodcast.com. You can check us out on Instagram at @conspiracypodcast. Also, don't forget to subscribe. You can catch a new podcast almost every week. Just hit the little subscribe button at the top. It's a plus sign. We love show ideas, corrections, hate mail. Thanks a bunch.